Good morning, true crime friends. How y'all doing? Listen, there are a lot of cases out there right now, and I feel like everybody is covering the same ones. And then I saw this little case that I had not seen any coverage on, and I was like, wait. We need to talk about the case of the state of Florida versus Tracy Nix. Y'all, buckle up. But first, you know what you need to do. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps other people find us. And hello, welcome all to you to all our new friends. So listen, Tracy Nix is down there in Florida. And listen, Florida, I know I give y'all a lot of heat. That's because I believe that that is where all the crazy people congregate. So anyway, Tracy Nix is accused of aggravated manslaughter. She's a 67-year-old grandmother who was accused in the unfortunate accidental unaliving of her granddaughter. And I was like, oh, that's terrible. What happened? What'd she do to that baby? So turns out, Tracy Nix has a daughter named Kayla, right? And Kayla was like, hey, mom, I want to go get my hair done. I'm trying to look like, beautiful and lovely. So can you watch my baby Uriel? That's an unusual name. Anyway, so the mama was like, yes, of course, Kayla, I would love to watch your baby. So she picks up her 7-month-old granddaughter. Oh, and they go to lunch with friends and they have a lovely time and they get in the car and they come back home and it's a warm day in Florida, like 90 degrees or something. So Tracy Nix pulls into the garage because, you don't want the car to get overheated or anything. And she goes in the house and she practices, she pets her dogs and she talks to them and she practices the piano for a long time. She's not sure how long. And then one of her other grandkids show up at the house and she was like, oh my goodness, I forgot about the baby. As though it were like a sack of groceries or something. And so she runs out to the car and finds that the baby has slipped the surly bonds of this earth. Terrible. It's a terrible, terrible story. Heartbreaking. It's an accident that I'm like, okay, she's a grandma. I can see how that happens. Wow, that's really awful. But there's a little bit of additional backstory that I was not prepared for. Y'all thought I was ready. I was not ready. Because you see, this is not the first unfortunate unaliving Grandma Tracy has been involved with. Couple years ago, earlier in the same year as the unfortunate hot car death, Kayla was like, Mom, can you watch my son? And Grandma Tracy was like, yes, of course I will watch my beautiful grandson, only 16 months old. Oh, the little cheeks, he's so cute. And so she was babysitting her 16-month-old grandson, Ezra, and she fell asleep. And Ezra opened the door and walked out down to a pond and fell in the pond and slipped the surly bonds of this earth. Yes, you read that right. This woman is involved in the unfortunate unaliving of two of her grandchildren less than a year apart. What? Who is letting this lady babysit? Look, she could not babysit my cup of coffee. There is no way in the world. The same daughter has lost two children at the hands of her mother. Y'all, the police would not be necessary. I understand that these are good, kind people. And she's like, I don't want anything bad to happen to my mother, but I want justice for my children. The father of these two children, who are now over at the Endless Heaven playground, was like, no, I cannot forgive her. As a Christian, no, I cannot forgive her. As a father, niet, nine, absolutely not. And Tracy's husband is like, I just want her to get the help she needs and get back to whatever the new normal it can be. The new normal? Child, the new normal needs to be prison for a long time. What? I don't understand these people at all. Now listen, accidents happen. I absolutely understand that. And grandparents, I guess some of them are playing fast and loose. I myself am a grandparent to 4 grandchildren. Yes, 4. And you know what I don't do? Babysit. Mostly because they live far away. But if they lived close, I would babysit periodically and from time to time. But mostly, no. Here's the question that I have. And from the bottom of my heart, based on something I read in this article, I'm really questioning, was alcohol involved? I just need to know. Because when Tracy first got locked up, she was not charged in the first unfortunate unaliving, right? Because the police was like, "Oh no, girl, here you go, clink clink. We got to take you down here to the prison and lock you up where you belong." And then the state attorney was like, "You know what? Under the law, it's not like she has a whole history of doing bad things, and so we can't press charges. We'll never be able to convict her. We really don't have much of a case, so we're gonna let her go home." And she's like, "Okay, I used to be a school teacher, and a principal, but you know what they not doing in the principal's office? Babysitting your kids, and thank goodness." So she was just like, this is terrible. It was a terrible accident. I could never see this happening again, except for only it did. And then after it happened the second time, they were like, "We want to send her to treatment for 28 to 30 days. You know where you go to treatment for 28 to 30 days? Alcohol, like rehab or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that this lady was using alcohol. I'm not saying she went to rehab. I don't know where she went. You know where she would go if she was my mama? Straight to HE double hockey sticks Hades. And I would send her that. Y'all, this case has my pressure up in a way that other cases do not. This family, these parents, Kayla Shook Nix and her husband, the grace, the calm, the kindness that they have displayed. I don't have none of that. I don't, My act right would be fully uninstalled if this was my mama, my daddy. Let it be my mother-in-law. Y'all, I love my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is a good woman. She's good with children. She cooks some good food. She's a good, kind-hearted person. But if my mother-in-law did this, it would be a misunderstanding. On site, I would have her behind. I don't care how old you are. I don't care. You 80, you messed up my kid. Nope. It's going to be a bad, bad, bad misunderstanding the next time I see you. But Kayla Nix was like, "I want justice for my children, but the 5-year-old in me doesn't want anything bad to happen to my mom." Maybe I'm cut from a different kind of cloth, because I would want nothing but bad to happen if this was my mama. But that's me. Hang on for 1 second. You know I done talk my throat dry. Hang on. So a jury has been selected. Why didn't this lady take a plea? Ma'am, I don't. If you're this sorry, right? You need all this mental health counseling, and you're going to go and you're going to get the help you need and you're going to do all the things. Why can't you do that by taking a plea and not taking your daughter and son-in-law through all this madness, much less the community, your neighbors, everything else? 2 grandkids in less than a year? 2 grandkids in the same year? Lady, was you drinking? Do you have like a ticklish brain? Are you losing capacity? I don't understand. I don't understand. And then she's like, "I've been too upset to speak about it." From the bottom of my heart, I sincerely hope she has like dementia, Alzheimer's. I don't know. I actually have a friend who is a nurse who was with one of her grandchildren when they passed, right? But it was like a SIDS type situation. But I don't even that. I would be like, "No, you can't watch my kids. You can't watch my kids on TV. I wouldn't even let you see them on Zoom, not on FaceTime, not on nothing. This is not a funny story. This is a serious story." But the only trial that will be taking place would be the state of wherever I lived versus the Kathy of gossip, rumor, and innuendo, where she beat the utter stew out of her mother or mother-in-law or babysitter or whoever touched my child. Look, I had a relative who one time didn't put my baby in a seatbelt. You know what that was? The last time they watched my child. No. Not at all. Dog, please stop barking. So listen, I'm going to be following this case. The state of Florida versus Tracy Nix for aggravated manslaughter. Yesterday, they chose the jury. Today is opening statements. And down there in Florida, you know they're going to stream the trial, because Florida is like, we keep all of our crazy tucked right down here at the courthouse, and we're going to put up a camera so God and all the world can see it. Now, listen, I understand that we get all these cases out of Florida because of the sunshine laws. Florida is like, please come in. Look at all of our madness. We want everybody to see everything. And to that, I say, thank you, Florida. Thank you, because you know I'm nosy, and I want to know all your personal business. Yes, I absolutely do. So listen, we're going to keep an eye out on a bunch of other cases that are out here, but I will be following the state of Florida versus Tracy Nix more soon. I'll see you later. Bye.